that whole paradigm where you could have nuclear haves and have-nots. You could have a nuclear club, and there was quite a high technological bar to entry. It was pretty hard to enrich uranium or get a hold of plutonium, and it was not within the grasp of most countries. And there was a lot of leverage to, just the situation with the current non-proliferation regime is not holding. And the question is Iran a tipping point? Who might get nuclear weapons next? We have an amazing young physicist at Princeton called, actually now he's in DC, but he just got his PhD in Princeton in gas centrifuge enrichment of uranium. And he shows that the common wisdom is that it's very hard to enrich uranium. And in fact, Iran is not doing a particularly good job at making it look easy, because they started out with sort of dodgy P2 centrifuges from AQ Khan. And in future, unfortunately, this technology is becoming so much better understood and easily implemented. Sort of 1960s technology, and the things whiz around really fast, and it's really an engineering feat to get it right. But really, if a country is sophisticated enough to have a college, which is most countries, they're sophisticated enough to have a bomb program. And in future, a non-state actor might also be able to do that. And in fact, the footprint is not particularly easy to detect. If a non-state actor, if a terrorist organization was to set about enriching their own uranium, it's not quite here yet, but in our lifetimes we're in a world where that's going to be possible, and we need to rely on new ways in which to control proliferation and terrorism. And really, we're in a whole world of trouble when any country, and indeed a reasonably sophisticated terrorist organization, can get a hold of nuclear weapons. I don't know about you, but I would not be living in a city. I would be, moving to rural New Zealand, maybe getting a couple of chickens to come with me. It would just be such a different world. And even one of these bombs going off would have such sort of almost unimaginable consequences compared to, say, 9/11. I was in New York City 9/11, and we all suffered so horribly around the world because of that. But that's just so dwarfed by the specter of a nuclear bomb going off. And yet, it's not impossible. And I kept sort of, when I was making the movie, I kept looking for the people that could tell me that this stuff wasn't going to happen. I was looking for reassurance. I didn't set out to make the scariest movie ever. It just happened that way, because what I was finding when I really tried to dig in and get to the heart of the matter, I didn't want to say the next mushroom cloud. I don't want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud. I didn't want to have any hollow, bombastic, threatening, fear-mongering sort of a feeling. I wanted to just really try and get empirically into the data, the facts, the actual events. And what happened, when I did was scary.